Hi, I'm Beverly Holden, and I've been sharing my story of how I left the church and got into spirituality. And I've covered about how my perspective has changed toward God from a harsh and punishing God to a loving God, and how I changed my perspective about Jesus. Uh, Today, I would like to talk about how my perspective changed about myself. Now, it's true that when I was in church, I thought of myself as a lowly sinner. And I didn't think very highly of myself. I was worried a lot, had a cloud hanging over my head. Am I doing enough? Have I done enough? Am I going to make it into the kingdom of heaven? That kind of thing. But I left the church, and as I started studying A Course in Miracles, my whole perspective changed as I came to see that I'm a child of God, as we all are, sons of God, daughters of God, holy children of God. And that's one area, but there was more to the story. I started, well, I realized that I have a split mind. What does that mean? Well, it means part of the time I listen to my ego self, and part of the time I listen to my higher self, my God self. So it's split. I'd like to say that I always listen to my higher self, but that's not true. And as I was studying A Course in Miracles, I noticed when I started when I not started, I just noticed that I was judging people. I noticed I was judging myself. I noticed that I would compare myself and feel bad. Um, I noticed that I would worry or get anxious about the future. Um, and so I realized those things are not bringing me peace. Those are things that are causing me to suffer. So the nice thing about A Course in Miracles is that oh, it's a way to clarify the mind. It's a way to heal the split mind. So as I read, I could see peace instead of this, or I read my future's in the hands of God. I don't know what anything is for. There's nothing to fear, and so on. It started changing my perspective about how I see myself and how I can catch myself. Oh, that's ego. That's not me. That's not who I truly am. So, of course, my ego is just the opposite of my higher self. My ego likes to be afraid, it likes to worry. Uh, I feel like, well, I should attack because I have to defend myself. I know better than he does. He doesn't treat me right, so I have a right to be angry. All of those egoic negative feelings. Um, I realized I was starting to see myself. I hadn't realized before that I was judging myself. I didn't realize I was judging others or comparing. And I didn't realize that was my ego. That wasn't really who I am. When I'm listening to my God self, I'm willing to forgive. I'm realizing that my brother, who I may be irritated with, is just another version of me. He's my brother. He's someone that I love. It doesn't matter what he or she is doing. We're all one. And so and then I noticed that, wow, I felt a lot more peaceful. I'm not suffering as much. I don't have these negative thoughts going through my mind because I would catch them. I would stop them, say, well, no, that's my ego. I can shift from judging, fearful thoughts to loving thoughts and forgiving thoughts. So that's the difference of that split mind. So that's what I've discovered about myself. Yes, I'm a holy child of God. I'm not a lowly sinner. But I recognize that I have a split mind and that it's up to me who I listen to. And the more I listen to my higher self, my God self, the happier I am, the more at peace I am, the more loving I am. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll join me next time too.